Well, hello again, Pajero friends. My name is Brett, and this is my 95 Pajero Mini Turbo. Today we're going to be talking wheels and tires. Now, I purchased the vehicle as you see it with these, I guess, JDM Honda OE wheels off of something. Not sure what the application was, but this is a 16 by 6 inch wheel with a 50 millimeter offset. This is more of a convex design, meaning they're sort of bowed outwards, and the tires are 185/85/16, which is not readily available in the United States. It's a mud terrain, which is kind of cool, and you know what, they look great on the vehicle, but just not suited for my intended use. Now we're going to be swapping out wheels and tires here. I'm actually downsizing, and we're going with a Rota 15 by 7 inch wheel. You can see just slightly smaller than the 16s that are on there, but 1 inch wider. Now I had to change the offset significantly because this vehicle came with very thick wheel spacers. Whoa! Now I'm not a fan. I'm not going to go into any more commentary on that, but if you run wheel spacers, that's fine. I prefer not to. But not just that, it had 2 wheel spacers in the front to kick that out enough to match the rear. Okay? Not my style. Now you can see from this angle that the new wheels I'm installing will be a concave design, and that's exactly what it says on the tag here. These are Rota grid wheels, concave design. These are 15 by 7, one lug pattern, 5 by 1 14.3 with a 20 millimeter offset. So you can see we got plenty of room for tires here, clearance against the suspension. We'll see what happens after we mount them, but I purchased new all-terrain tires to replace the mud terrains that were on the vehicle. Yeah. This is a Lex Annie all-terrain beast, it's called. Not very expensive, but for a vehicle that I'm going to drive maybe a couple thousand miles a year or less, not too concerned about the brand. So this is a 215/75 R15. So we're going wider, we're going slightly shorter overall diameter, so we are going to lose maybe a few millimeters in height. Let's stand them up next to one another so we can take a look at that. So overall diameter, maybe we're going to lose a ½ inch in overall height, but this vehicle is lifted on spacers. Slide that through the back of the rim, thread it on the front. Don't want to damage our new paint on the wheels, so we'll protect the edge. And you're just going to go ahead and pull up until it pops into position. Oh, yeah! All right, you may have seen in the background I do have a tire changing machine as well as a wheel balancer here in the home garage. If you don't have one, bring your wheels and tires to a reputable shop and have them mount up for you. If you have your own machines, there's a couple things you might want to know. Good tires are going to come with a set of dots painted on them. The yellow dot's going to be your lightest point on the tire. The red dot's going to be your highest point from where they put the tires together. The red dot takes precedence over the yellow dot if your new wheel doesn't have any markings on it already. So you're going to align the red dot with the valve stem on the wheel basically.
Oh yeah.
You're going to need a valve stem core removal tool. You're going to remove the core from your valve stem. If you didn't know, that's how they come out. It's a very tiny little thing. Now once we fill our tire up with air, we're going to go a little above where we need to be, because remember, we have to reinstall our valve stem core. And you should hear a click. It means it's sufficiently tight. It's torqued down as it should be. All right, now even more fun. We're going to balance the wheel and tire. We'll toss it up on the machine there, get our settings right, and send it for a spin. Bloop. Turn that on. Go ahead and give her a spin to start and hit go. So what's it calling for? 3/4 on the inside and 1 towards the face of the wheel. That's not too bad, especially considering I've never heard of Lexani tires before, so I'm okay with that.
What?
This is going on the outer edge of the wheel here, somewhere beyond this line here, right there. Right up in the top center.
Ready, set, go!
Now we're looking to get zeroed out on both sides here. There we have it. The old and the new. Convex versus concave. Much different wheel styles, much different colors. Let's see how it looks when we install it on the vehicle. One thing I do need to mention is that aftermarket wheels generally come with a larger hub bore diameter than your vehicle's going to have because they're a universal fitment. So this is a 73mm hub bore on this wheel, and the vehicle's a 67.1mm hub diameter, I believe, which means that when we install it, they're going to be mounted lug-centrically and not hub-centrically. Hub-centric would be an OE perfect fitment. If some aftermarket wheels are that way, they might cost a little more money, or you might get lucky and find the right fitment. Otherwise, you're going to use lug nuts with a tapered end here that fit onto most aftermarket wheels, and that's what's going to center your new wheel onto the hub. Now go ahead and install all your lug nuts. Get them tightened down, but not torqued down. We're going to torque them down specifically at the end. Now the wheel won't spin. We have our wheel on the ground. I've got my torque wrench set to 95 pound-feet. That should be fine. These are aluminum lug nuts I'm using. So and go ahead and do your star pattern. That's 2, 3, 4. That's 5, and then we're just going to double check them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. There's one installed. It's a different look, but I think I'm going to appreciate it once they're all on there. As far as fitment goes overall, seems to be just about flush with the fender. This has mini flares bolted on, so I like that. It's in just enough that it's going to catch any slinging dirt, and inside clearance, see if you can see this, I have about an inch, maybe a hair more, between the spring and the perch here and the tire. We're going to scale up and see if we're going to be losing any unsprung weight or gaining some, and we'll talk about that in a minute. Cool, so we've got all 4 wheels and tires mounted and balanced. I compared them on a scale to the ones that came on the vehicle. They were 51 pounds a corner as I purchased the vehicle with the mud tires and the 16x6 wheels. These 15x7s with the all-terrain tires weigh in at 46 pounds per corner, which means we've got a weight savings of, what, 35 pounds overall. Any amount of unsprung weight you can remove from a vehicle is a good thing, especially one that has a whopping 63 horsepower. So time for supper. I'm hungry. Thanks everybody for watching. Maybe you learned something, maybe you didn't. If you did, you know what to do. All right, thanks. See you next time.